Welcome to Modern Fishing with Jared Jeffries. This week on Modern Fishing. Jared's back in Louisiana for part 2 of his yearly Venice trip.
Round 2.
After working tirelessly to put his friends and family on the offshore tuna bite,
Cut out for him!
Jared's turning his attention to inshore fishing with hopes to put his dad on some Louisiana redfish.
So my dad, growing up, kind of our thing together was fishing. Kind of our thing was once a summer, he'd take me to Canada or Minnesota or somewhere, and we would go walleye northern fishing.
Jared and I started fishing together probably when he was 5, 6 years old, maybe even younger. And we started taking trips to Canada, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and it just kept growing and growing from there.
But being able to go with my dad, go to Canada, and see that there's different fish everywhere. And it opened my eyes and kind of gave me a love and a passion for fishing that I still carry to this day. I mean, it's really cool to have that kind of bond and connection over a hobby with your old man, with your dad.
The sun's up, and Jared and the rest of the crew are getting ready for a day out on the water.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Maybe get on some redfish or some trout. Should be a nice day, beautiful morning. That's what we're trying, reds and trouts. Hopefully we at least get a little bit of both. But had a good day yesterday, so we'll see if today turns out the same.
Kind of getting a late start, winds blowing. Kind of had hopes to go out to the island and put kilo on some speckled trout, but I'm afraid the wind's not quite good, so we're going to beat around inside and try to find some redfish. Sound like good plan?
Sound like a winner to me, catch reds. Fishing is fishing.
Fishing's fishing.
So the game plan for the inshore day is, go out and find some redfish. Problem is finding clean water and getting out of the wind. All right, we're down here in Venice. I got my old man on the boat. It's good to have him come down here. My cousin DeRay came down. Redfish has been pretty good. Wanted to go trout fish, but the wind's blowing 20 knots right now. So we're going to go out here, probably one of the jetties, and catch a few redfish. It was good yesterday. It's been good all week, so we'll see what happens. We'll have fun. We got a great crew, guys, and I'm excited about it. This kind of trip, having these people around is always a good time. So we're going down flatboat. That's a little bit hairy. I'm not gonna lie.
Here we go. Hold on up there, killer. We're putting Mr. Jeffries on a live shrimp. Jared doesn't believe in live shrimp, but me and Mr. Jeffries think that that's the way to get to the fish, especially when the conditions aren't great.
bait.
Live bait
always catch fish.
They always want live bait. Jared likes to fool them.
Kind of what you're looking for is kind of clean water. It's you kind of go along here, look for cleaner water along these edges, the back part of these cane bushes. You can find mullet, makes it a little bit easier too. Mullet tend to attract redfish, so we're gonna look for redfish all up and down these lines, on these points, and kind of see what we can do, because they'll sit on the edge of these points and wait for bait to come out of the river. Like I said, they'll use shrimp and popper corks in the back, and I'll tend to use just like a regular paddle tail. And the water's so dirty, and the vibration of the paddle tail will make it a little bit easier for the fish to kind of lock in and sense where everything's going. So we'll see what happens.
Jared Jeffries has 2 passions in life. One is basketball, and one is fishing. So take a trip around the world with him as he shows you the best gear, tips, and tricks for fishing the world with artificial lures.
Hey, that's the biggest one yet.
Jared's fishing in Venice, Louisiana, accompanied by his dad Killa and Captain Peters. The plan was to stay inshore and chase big reds.
So my dad's name, you guys probably noticed over the course of this show that we call him Killer. And you asked, how do you get the name Killer? Well, I gave it to him years and years and years ago because he wouldn't leave until we caught our limit of fish. So we would go out and we would fish hard all day long, and we keep our limit, which I think in Indiana at the time was like 25 per person. So So we'd have 50 fish this big. So that's how he got his name, Killer. We got, you know, Jimmy and DeRay and the other boat, me and my dad in the one, and we started fishing.
But they're gonna make us work today. They're not gonna come easy. They're gonna make us work.
Fishing is by no means at all, and I mean at all, hot and heavy. It's very, very slow. Uh-oh. Killer!
Yeah, Killer.
So we hopped around just a little bit, and finally we came to a spot and hooked a big red.
So my dad fights him for a while. He tries to wuss out and not really bring the fish in, but it's cool, man. It's pretty cool. My 75-year-old dad get down here, fish with us like that. Like, that was big time.
Frankie.
Ain't no little guy.
We don't talk about it a lot, but there's a competition between he and I. So the idea is for me to beat him whenever I can, and of course, naturally, for him to beat me. As far as the old fish, you don't know who you mess with, the big boss man. Bringing your ass in here now, you gotta be tired.
We couldn't even kill this fish if we wanted to. The way he whooping you right now.
This is a pretty heavy fish. He's tired.
I don't think he fits in the net, Gil. That is a Louisiana bull red.
We do actually get a monster redfish. I mean, probably 32 pounds, and we catch them in 2 foot of water, 3 foot of water. Hold his tail. Underneath his tail.
You ready now? You gotta be ready.
Come back, Mr. Jeffries, the great Tom, always so fun to fish with. I mean, he's one of the funniest people I know, and spending time with him and Jared on the boat is priceless.
So I got my camera, Deborah. I'm trying to go ahead, go.
Oh, his camera.
Go.
Hey, yo, he's got his camera.
Oh, he's got his camera.
I'm gonna get a picture.
He's a photographer now.
Yeah.
And I still can't figure out why my dad can't hold the fish up for the camera. Oh, God. Gee, God, dang it. Like when he holds a fish, the way that it moves around, it looks just an awful picture.
Right after Killa's Big Red, the captain gets hooked up, and he can tell it's another big boy.
Oh, he's got his work cut out for him, and he pulls it off, ladies and gentlemen. Not as big as Killa's, 26. 26 pounds, Killa's got me beat, but wrestling the big bull red. A little heavy for me, even. Dennis's finest.
What's been the trick?
All right, Jared, you need to get on the board.
All right, so right now we're gonna go find the other part of our crew and see what's going on. We've kind of been fishing different pockets of this marsh, trying to find a hot bite. We picked up 3 redfish right here. My dad got 2, James got 1. Still sitting on 0, but we'll see. I think that we come around here, we'll find these guys, see how they're doing. Maybe just keep moving south and see if we can kind of, I think the wind's actually slacked up some, like not even joking around. All right, it's our last spot of the day. Came out here, we actually scuffed up about 3 redfish, you know, 2 real nice ones. I still haven't caught one, but it's getting late and fish don't bite in the afternoon, so we're gonna get out of here real soon and go back in and get some rest. Like I said, they're here. The other boat got 9, I think small ones, some sheepheads, smaller fish. So there are fish here. We're just trying to do the best we can and pick up a couple of them.
Launch for Killer.
Sheephead.
Nice set of chompers on him. A green-headed sheep.
We do get 1 sheephead. Sheephead not bad eating.
Actually, they are pretty good to eat, but that guy barely has a fillet on him.
But we're not really looking to keep anything. We got a bunch of dolphins from the day before, so we're just gonna let that fish go. Got about 2 bites, didn't get a fish. Everybody else used bait and caught something, so they cheated. But we had fun. We got out here, we caught fish, and we got Killer on some. Make the call, get back to the house, get some rest, and you know, hopefully be able to fish the next day and knock them out.